Hi, you awake? Hi, you wanna get up? Yeah. Hi, baby boy. You sheepies. Oh, stretch. Good morning. So I feel worse today than I did yesterday. Everything's the same from yesterday, but added the aches are like 10 times worse, and so is the swallowing. And I'm trying to look up stuff that helps soothe sore throats and good for sore throats and all that crap, but it's not really going well. And I took my temperature today, because I didn't yesterday. I am 38 degrees Celsius on the dot. So I do have a fever. So I'm so sick, but I don't want to sit around and be a vegetable. But it's so hard to move. It's just kind of crazy. I tried chicken noodle soup, and that was really nice yesterday. And I couldn't even eat the noodles today, and the broth got cold before I drank it, because I didn't want to, but I forced myself to, and it didn't feel good. And I gargled salt water, and that didn't do nothing. That didn't do anything. And I also had oatmeal with honey and cinnamon, but that also just made me feel worse. So everybody's a liar, right?
Just do the opposite.
So what am I supposed to do?
Google what is the worst thing for a sore throat, and then do those things, and maybe then it'll be good.
Okay.
Logic.
You're very smart.
Yeah.
So Lydia has not been feeling well today at all, which is really, really crappy. And the worst thing is that her throat really, really hurts. So I decided to be a bit of a gentleman. And probably not the best thing, but I think it would probably feel really good. So I got her a giant, it's as big as my head, a giant banana slushie. Which is, oh sorry, a froster. They're called frosters. It's a slushie. So here you go, Lydia. There's your giant banana slushy thingy.
Thank you.
Hopefully that's good. It'll kind of taste a bit like medicine, so maybe there's a bit of like a placebo effect that will take place where your throat's like, this is medicine, because it's banana, which banana medicine's the only medicine that is worth a darn. You know? You know? You know. And my throat hurts too, which is totally why I got one for myself as well. Mine isn't straight up banana though. Mine, it does have banana in it. Oh wow, it really mixed. There was another layer of yellow right there, and like kind of near the bottom. You can kind of still see it a little bit, but it's banana and cream soda. So
That's weird.
I think it would be good together, because that's the thing. I was like, I really want banana, but I also want a different flavor as well. And I was looking at Dr. Pepper, and I was like, I don't think banana and Dr. Pepper would mix very well. So I got cream soda, and hopefully it's delicious. Though it kind of melted a little tiny bit on the drive home. While I was trying to get the slushy froster thingies, there was 4 people standing in front of the machines to make these, and they're just standing there. Like they had filled up their cups, but their cups were sitting on the thing, and they were standing there talking. And I was like, get out of the way! To which you might say, hey Sean, why don't you just go up and say, hey, excuse me, can I get in there? But you bring up a valid point. I probably could have / should have done that. But I didn't, so I just kind of standed around awkwardly pretending to look at other products until they moved, which took like 7 minutes or something like that. It was a while. I know everything in that convenience store now. I'm just like, oh, they got nice things here. Oh, look, okay, yeah, yes. Yeah, oh yes. I see. I remember back in the day, me and the guys used to go and get slushies at 7-Eleven. We used to go like all the time, like just in the middle of the night. We'd just walk to 7-Eleven, which doesn't sound too bad, except the fact that at the time the closest 7-Eleven was a good 45, maybe hour-long walk. But that was fine, you know, to do that walk at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yep, we just go walk, get our slushies, walk back, and then, you know, watch movies, play video games, whatever we were doing. And then now that 7-Eleven doesn't exist anymore, and they moved one. There's another one that's further away, a lot further away. So we just watched 2 movies, because, well, me, I'm just kind of tired and achy today, and Lydia's super crappy feeling, so we're just like couch potatoes, because we can't do anything else. I could do other things, because I'm just, oh, I feel crappy, I'm tired. But Lydia has like a real excuse, because she's ill.
Super sick.
Super sick. But yeah, we watched 2 movies. We watched Aliens, the second Alien movie, which upon a rewatch of the first one and the second one's a lot better. Did you like the second one more than the first one? Or?
Yeah.
And then we watched Insidious, the first Insidious movie, which it's pretty good. The problem I have with Insidious and most James Wan movies is the music is a little too much. It's too like in your face and way too much like jump scares and everything. Also, they show a lot rather than leave things to the imagination. Like there are times when things are like left to your imagination, and I find those things are a lot scarier than when things are shown. Like in what was that one movie called? The Conjuring, which is by the same people and actually has some of the same actors. But there's a scene in that movie where there's like the door is like creaking, and that's really suspenseful, and that's really scary in my opinion when it's just like darkness. Whereas when they show stuff and it's like, oh, a creepy ghost person, it's like, eh. But I kind of like the Insidious movies just because, especially if you watch them both together. We haven't watched the second one yet. I've seen the second one, but we're probably going to watch it at some point. Not tonight, though. But they work really well together, and it's an interesting take on the horror genre, and it's a fairly in-depth enough story where it's not like just what's on the surface and cut and copy like everything else that there is. So yeah, just a lot of relaxing. I've been watching the Steam sales. One game I picked up actually a couple days ago, which is like the game that I wanted the most for Steam sale, which I was really glad when it went on sale for 75% off, maybe 80. I picked up Octodad, which is a game. It's a ridiculous game. It's pretty short, single player game. It only took me like maybe 3 hours to beat it. But you're an octopus, and you're trying to be a person. That's pretty much the plot. And the reasoning for the game mechanics as well, because the challenge with the game is trying to move your character, because the controls are really awkward. Like you move your limbs separately in just different ways, and it's really difficult to move your character. And it's ridiculous and really fun, and I quite enjoyed it. Like I said, I already beat the game, but I'm gonna play more of it. Plus, with Steam, there's actually the Steam Workshop, which means that people can create levels and content and stuff for the game, which they have, and then I can download that and play people's levels that they made for Octodad.
Alright, guys. I'm barely keeping my eyes open. Today was just a day of feeling crappy and not being able to really do anything. You know, sometimes you just have those days, and you gotta just, I don't know, you just kind of gotta go with the flow and realize that tomorrow will most likely be better. And then you just gotta kind of rest and try to feel the least amount of crappy that you can. So I needed to try and get some sleep, because that's kind of why I felt crappy all day today, was because I didn't get good sleep last night. So I'll do my best tonight, okay? Okay. Good night. I'm just filming this for the end sleep, but I might actually fall asleep holding this camera.